Yes, my Gojis. I sped run sharing the link again. Oh, I'm getting so much better at this. I'm so glad, I'm so glad, I'm so glad. But that's probably because my school has been forcing me to type for so long that um, uh, I'm just getting faster fingers. But in reality, it's not really natural for me. But, anyways, sorry, my Gojis. I hope I'm not interrupting you, but I felt, uh, considering most of you watched my stream yesterday, um, I really feel like you guys would, want to hear this. Sorry for the awkward silence. Like, it's kind of a common trait in my streams, as I've stated before, and saying that I've stated before is also a common thing in my streams, but aside from that, um, so yeah, guys, if you guys know what's going on here, it's about the wiki again. Yeah, it's about, Max's wiki, because it got, bombarded. Um, I mean, there's not really, much, there's not much to say on the situation, because compared to yesterday, this is actually quite minor, but I feel like this still is a good thing that ought to be called out by, me specifically, since, I'm still tight with, Max, or, Sega Man, as he's usually called, although that's his more unlikable state. So there we go. But in the morning, I woke up, had some food, and I was preparing for school, right? But I decided to listen to some music. Um, I listened to music through Safari. Then I go onto Twitter, and of course, me and Ari had a really cute talk, flirting again. But blushing my ass off as usual when that happens. But then a strange notification in my DMs pops up. It like randomly pops up, but it says that someone messaged you like last night. Okay. Now I figured that, oh, maybe this was just a new follower of mine. And if that's the case, I'm always glad to talk to them, as long as they're not creepy bums, since there have been a few of those in Max's fandom, which is really a shame since it's happened so many times, even to the point it hasn't even become like an accident. But apparently, it was the dude who legit edited edited the Sega Man fandom wiki. It was the same dude, and he contacted me. Um, um, he just said some stuff like, "Good day, Goji. Um, I saw your stream despite me not being subscribed. Um, I'm the I'm the guy who edited the I am the one that edited the Sega Man wiki, blah blah blah." And And let me tell you, this guy was complimentary as all living hell to me, which that was kind of off-putting, admittedly, but I just let that pass since this was one of Max's older fans, you know. Not all of them are you guys what I'm you guys are you I hope you guys get what I'm trying to say. But he also said something which um really got me thinking. He said, "Goji, if you really want to save Max's skin, then um then maybe oh frig, I'm trying to remember it. I'm trying to remember it. Like it's so weird because like he was so morbid about it as well. Okay, but until I remember again, let me just tell you the details afterwards. So, again, I got the notifications overnight. Sorry for the stutter. And apparently, right after he noticed I saw the things, he deleted his account. Like, completely deleted his account. Deactivated. And, like, all that was left of him were the texts that he sent, which he says that, oh, would you be so kind not to share these texts? I mean, at least not in screenshotted form. You can say the important details of them, of course, but not all of them. And it was like, but again, I couldn't say anything because this was overnight and he deleted his account right after he sent me those messages. And so I was only left with these messages. It was like, Goji, I know Max is still a friend of yours. I know he is still, what do you call it, your brother from another mother. But you must convince him to stop the crap he is doing, or I will keep editing the page until he either deletes it or until more people find him out until he becomes canceled overall. And um he also said, and I'm saying this because you're his friend. You're one of his only true friends left. Because his roleplay friends, because his Instagram friends do not count. You're the only one who actually cares. So, if you really want to help Max, then tell him to then, or at least try to convince him to get rid of his Instagram. No, that last one really feels like, oh, they're just trying to get him off of Instagram. Like, because in all honesty, if he's just gonna be stupid, then he's just gonna be stupid, okay? There's nothing much I can do about it, even as his friend. But at the same time, it really feels like they were trying to help him as well. I mean, sure, they weren't extremely nice about it, but at least that's what I got from it. Also, I just remembered another thing they said. They said that those things were mostly against Amy and Bella. To be honest, they were the only two people that really pissed him off about the Sega Man situation. And so that's why those pages were made. And he also discussed the alternate endings, and it was all like sure it was mean-spirited, but it was supposed to be like, let's just say, the three ghosts in Christmas Carol, okay? They're supposed to show him multiple outcomes of his life, and he was the ghost of Christmas future. It could be a light outcome, but it could also be a really, really awful outcome. Which is something I fear that Max will think as the good outcome. Not only is this utterly mind-boggling, but this is also extremely like I don't even have the words for it. Really don't have the words. But this is just odd overall. And like yeah, guys, I don't know. I don't know. Like the last thing he ever did say was that there will be more edits to come to the wiki. You, Goji, you are fine in my eyes. You were you tried to um lead Max into the way of non-Sonic cringe and just being a better friend and a better person in general. But sadly for you, it didn't work, despite you being the better person overall. I wish you in good health, Goji, but those edits are not your fault. It's his alone. And just because I made them does does not mean I'm the bad person here. Perhaps the anti-hero, but not the bad person. I wish you in good health, Goji. Goodbye and good luck with Max. And give Maddox and Ari my regards. Because as you could tell by the multiple endings and the edits, you can tell that I know those guys too. And that was it. That was the last thing he ever told to me. And then that was the last thing he ever said to me overnight when the DMs popped up. I look at his account then, deleted, so I didn't even have a chance to respond. He wasn't even on Twitter long enough to actually explain why he did it even more. Like clearly there's a reason he did it. What Max did was a complete dumbass move. Ugh, preferring a roleplay relationship over your actual girlfriend is not the way to go. Choosing a Sonic OC, even though your friends have have made better suggestions for you, and you still go with the Sonic OC is not a good way to go. I understand that. But this is aside from that fact, aside from the slight justifiability of it, overall, it's just completely it's almost unnerving, kind of. It's almost unnerving. It's not horrifying or anything, because there is the karma aspect, as I said, but even then, it's he's trying to help Max by ruining his image, even if it's for a justifiable cause. Like, it's so bizarre. It's so bizarre. Um, it's also surprising that he contacted no one else about this, since he clearly could have contacted Chloe. Um he could have contacted Ari. He could have contacted anyone. But because he knew what the situation was, he contacted me and only me. Like I wouldn't say it's rank, but it's just so confusing. But also not. And it's a shame because with all this happening, Max is still on Instagram being oblivious as to what his fandom wiki has gone to. Because last time I checked, despite it only being somewhat hilarious, it's completely gone to crap. Like, in all honesty, it's completely gone to crap. Like, like they, they ripped into him, and I mean ripped into him. But I really feel like they maybe went too hard on him. Now the endings, most of the endings, like those were fine. Like that's understandable. If you're really gonna be that type of person to call someone out in a joking sense, then maybe, yeah, maybe that's fine in some people's eyes. Oh, and of course, ranting on Bella and Amy is completely justifiable. I'm not gonna strap. That's completely justifiable. They're absolute assholes in their own right. Think they're so hip, think they're so hot, but they're only in the disgusting old Sonic the Hedgehog OC boiling pot. And Amy's not even an OC, aside from the fact that she comes from Australia. It's. Guys, I'm checking out his wiki right now to see if anything's changed since the dude did say that there would be changes on here. But we can never, ever be too sure. Okay. Like, okay, what happened now? I'm discussing Max's fandom wiki getting hacked into for only a halfway justifiable cause. Let me just wipe the oil off my phone. I can't press any buttons on this or anything. Maybe I just have to restart Safari, maybe. Now, before any of you guys ask, yes, I did try to contact Max. I did try to contact Max through all this. But oddly enough, it seems that he's uh I mean, it's not like he's ignoring or anything. I mean, maybe, but at the end of the day, maybe he's just too ashamed to talk to me still, since again, this still did happen recently. Okay, I checked. Yeah, I checked. Nothing new has happened. Alright. I bet his fandom are probably pissed that he left YouTube, so they may be going to act like 2-year-olds, like most toxic fans. Oh, really? Considering it was partially the Sonic fandom, wow. I wonder why it was so toxic. It's not like there was a toxic fandom mixed into that toxic fandom. Um, let me let me see. Guys, I'm delving deeper and there have been some changes, but hell, even Thomas fandom or the FNAF fandom is never toxic. I mean toxic. Yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm. Ugh. Mm. Ugh. Like, I'm not gonna say that he didn't have it coming. He obviously had it coming. But I never thought it would end up like this. Never, ever, ever would have thought. And seeing the selected pages that were not edited and the other selected pages that were edited, it's it's quite odd. It's quite odd. All I can really say is that I'm gonna try to contact Max about this, but if he doesn't answer for at least okay, well, I'm gonna try to call him a few times. But if he does answer, then I'm just lucky. But if he doesn't, then he is just gonna have to find out himself, and he is gonna be absolutely livid, as an angry, and he's gonna have no idea how or why this happened, despite it happening like 2 weeks ago, maybe. Hell, no, 3 weeks ago. Like it was damn well 3 weeks ago. It's like, guys, I don't know what to say. I don't know what else to say. It's just it's so confusing. It's obviously not the worst thing to happen out of this situation, but it's obviously one of the top tier things to happen out of the situation. But of course, um, nothing will be as big as the L Max took. Nothing is coming over that. Well, guys, I'm gonna go. In all honesty, might make a stream later with Ari if she's available, hopefully. But if not, I'll be available on Twitter and Google Hangouts if you guys want to talk or anything. Since this is quite the queer conundrum. Um all right, Gojis. See you later if I do make that other stream, but as of now, sayonara.